From Commanders to Cowboys, Adam Peters makes his first free agent moves for Washington. We've got your news update. Let's go. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Ref the District's news update. I'm Nathan Perry here, a part of the Believe Network, and we're bringing you all the up-to-date information on Washington Commanders free agency. So you're going to want to make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like this video, so that way you can get even more of our content as things go along, because Adam Peters is already moving. He makes his first two moves in this Washington free agency period, his first as the GM here, and he's bringing on a couple of people that Dan Quinn is familiar with. And this is something we kind of criticized Ron Rivera for, is bringing on a lot of former Panthers players. But I think the big difference here right now immediately is that the Cowboys are a better run organization than the Panthers were and are, and also that these are players coming from a winning team, not a losing team, and they are quite talented, which is in fact what I will be getting to here in a moment. If you think that this might impact Washington's win percentage, you might want to head over to Bet Online and start putting down some money on how many wins you think Washington will get. You can also bet on March Madness, NBA, NHL action, everything you can think of right there at Bet Online. Use the code BELIEVE, BLEAV, to get yourself a 50% welcome bonus. And also that'll let them know that you send them here. Bet Online, where the game starts. Of course, we would like you to bet responsibly as well. And Adam Peters showing some responsibility here early on in free agency. We didn't see anything right off the bat. And then all of a sudden, back-to-back signings here, both coming from the Cowboys and both seeing significant snaps for that division rival. First off, let me just talk about that, okay? I kind of mentioned and kind of teased in the cold open about the Cowboys aspect. But again, these are players that were good on a good team that is our division rival, and Washington is taking them away. The first one I'm going to get to is, of course, the first signing, Dorance Armstrong. This guy has been wreaking havoc, and he's the third defensive end. And this is one of those things I think that is really key during free agency, is you want to sign players who are up and coming, who might just have been behind other strong players. And this is what Dorance Armstrong is. According to PFF, right? He saw 42% of the snaps. And yes, of course, obligatory PFF mumbo jumbo. Okay. He got 35 pressures, 4 QB hits, 22 hurries. He's not missed a game since 2021. He's gotten 16 sacks over the last 2 seasons. This is a guy who's been playing behind Micah Parsons and Lawrence, and he's been moved around. I think this is just a great signing for Washington. Not only has he had significant success in the small role that he has had, but he's also very young. He is somebody who I think could be a bookend edge for Washington. It's not going to solve every problem. They still have a need at edge rusher. Maybe somebody else will be signed, but let's not mistake anything else here. I haven't seen the numbers, so I can't necessarily tell you I'm in love with this signing, but I'm in love with this signing, okay? Young, successful edge rusher who has, even though I mentioned he's kind of behind in that roster, he's still seen a reasonable number of snaps. I expect he's going to be used all across the line. Maybe there can be something along the lines of what Dan Quinn used with Micah Parsons, and now you have Jamin Davis, where Armstrong maybe slides in a little bit and Jamin's playing right off of him and kind of more of a pass rusher mode. And I really think you can overload one of those lines. The possibilities are endless here with a guy who I think is a quality edge rusher. And what I really like about this is, even though I haven't seen the contract at the time of this recording, I am sure if it comes out, you are absolutely going to let me know in the comments section. And I want to hear that. And I do think there's probably some reasonable numbers to be expected when it comes to how much this is going to cost Washington. but Dorance Armstrong wasn't at the top of the list. We talked about a couple different ones, the Brian Burns, the Bryce Huffs, Josh Allen was one that people wanted. Dorance Armstrong might not be one of those top names, but don't get it messed up here. He is absolutely somebody who's going to be valuable to this franchise. And the fact that Adams Peters isn't going to break the bank on one of those, especially with how much this roster needs some of those hole fillings, I feel like this is going to be a quality signing here where they can go 1 and 2 and 2 and 1 and get more guys coming along here to kind of fill up some of these spots. One of those happens to be Tyler Biadasz, who was the center for the Cowboys. This is outstanding to me. Okay. I have no clue how this happened. I'm not sure why Dallas would let him go, because from everything I can see, he is a quality center. Not only is he a quality center, but the guy is only 26 years old and has been the starting center for the Dallas Cowboys since his sophomore season. We are taking away their starting center. That is huge. Again, he has seen almost 100% of the snaps since he became the starter in 2021. He has played quality snaps. This has been a need for Washington, is filling up that interior offensive line. I like this move. I know I've talked a lot about drafting interior offensive linemen in those early rounds, but now this really frees you up because you get a young quality player who has experience, veteran experience, who's going to pair with a rookie QB, somebody who can help call out pass protection, somebody who can kind of really solidify themselves with that young QB in the way that we've seen other centers do that for them. Hello, you just had Jason Kelce retire, and he was a great mentor and a great figure there for Philadelphia, and Jalen Hurts and Carson Wentz before that. And now you have potentially the guy who could be that for Washington in Taylor Biadasz. Now, Nikki J did tweet out just before I came on to do this recording the kind of some of the information on that deal. It's 3 years, $30 million. This is great. It averages out to $10 million a year. We'll see how they kind of broke it down. I don't know any of the guaranteed, but $10 million a year for a starting center is great money. And if he turns out to be the center of the future for Washington, this allows you the ability to kind of sign him and extend him when the salary cap gets even larger. Not only that, but if he doesn't turn out to be your center of the future, this allows you to kind of break it down here. But Tyler Biadasz, just an absolute great signing for Washington. Dorance Armstrong as well is somebody who I'm excited to see. Free agency is here, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. Let us know what you think of here in the comments, or if you're listening to this on your favorite audio platform, hit us up on any of our social media platforms at Ref the District. I'm Nathan Perry here on Ref the District, part of the Believe Network, brought to you by Bet Online. And until next time, let's get after it. Be a fan.